Hello and welcome to Cupcakes. In this video I'll be showing you how I made this owl using a chocolate orange. The first thing I did was to prep the chocolate oranges, and any which had loose segments I placed some chocolate in the microwave, melted it down, popped it in a piping bag, and while the chocolate oranges are in the wrapper just placed a little bit through the centre, which helps keep all segments together. And once that had set, I could start decorating. I used a little bit of water and a paintbrush, some icing sugar, a cake card, some different coloured fondants, a cocktail stick or a dressing tool, a rolling pin, a sharp knife. I've got a variation of different size circle cutters, and because I'm doing a Valentine's Day theme, I used a heart-shaped cutter and an imprint what said love. The first thing I did was roll out that pink fondant, and I did keep it fairly thick just because I find it gives a more smoother finish over the chocolate orange, and I attached that by putting a little bit of water on the back and then gently just opening it out and smoothing it down all the way around until the majority gathered at the bottom, and then I removed that excess fondant with a sharp knife. Just using my fingers or the palms of my hand to smooth out any creases or imperfections the best I could. I do like to place mine on a little cake card. I just find I can manoeuvre the chocolate orange better without leaving any more fingerprints in. Next, taking that white fondant, I did try and roll this one nice and thin, and using my biggest circle cutter cut out 2 circles to create the eyes. And just attaching them with a little bit of water. I did the exact same process with the light green I have. I did decide after I'd cut these that they were a little bit too big, so I went in with my smaller cutter and made the eyes. I wanted the white of the eyes to be really big. I did want the eyes nice and big, almost cartoon-like. To create the black pupils, I rolled out 2 small black balls of that black fondant, attached them with a little bit of water again, and using my finger just pushed them in till I was happy with the size. I added the tiniest little white ball to each eye too, just to create little catch lights. To create the bill for the owl, I took a little bit of yellow fondant and created a diamond shape and placed that midway between both eyes. Using that same colour yellow, I created the owl's feet, and I did this by rolling 3 cones for each 1 foot, trimming them and placing them on with a little bit of water to help them attach, and just neatening them up with a cocktail stick. This next step is optional, but like I said, mine were for Valentine's Day, so I took some red fondant, rolled it nice and thin, stamped in the word love and cut it out using a heart-shaped cutter. Again, just using a little bit of water to attach that to the owl's tummy. To make some little cartoon wings, I rolled 2 cones of that same coloured pink fondant and flattened them slightly. And using a cocktail stick or a dressing tool, I just created some grooves at the end and measured them up to the size which I'd like, and taking that sharp knife, cut them on an angle. Just neatening any rough edges up with my fingers. I then took the smallest circle cutter and pressed that over both wings to create a little bit of texture. Using that water to attach them to the body and pop them in place. I did go back over my wings and add a little bit more texture using that circle cutter. To finish off the owl, I took some more of that pink coloured fondant, rolled it into a cone shape and created a flat triangle, making 2 of these, measuring them against the size of the head, trimming them to a size I was happy with, and again just using a little bit of that water to attach them to the top of the owl's head. And there you have an easy decorated chocolate orange owl for Valentine's Day. Thank you for watching.